Live in Western Oregon, this is NBC 16 News at 5.
Small businesses often represent a lifetime of hard work, tough choices.
Thank you for joining us for NBC 16 at 5. I'm Jacqueline Mazer. Small businesses in Lane County will be able to apply for a local emergency loan within a few days. It's part of the new Small Business Emergency Loan Fund created in tandem by Lane County, Springfield, and Eugene in response to mandatory closures from the coronavirus pandemic. County and city officials say businesses with 20 or fewer full-time employees are eligible to apply on a first-come, first-served basis. Loans are up to $30,000 each with no payments for the first 6 months at a 2% maximum interest rate.
Some of our most successful local businesses are reporting that their businesses have been cut in half or more since the COVID-19 has begun.
Lane County Commissioner Buck points out rural businesses are also facing many challenges. She says it's not just bars and restaurants, but also local hotels, insurance offices, and other businesses. There will be $400,000 of funds available, $120,000 of the money reserved for businesses outside of the Eugene-Springfield area.
And each loan will be decided on a case-by-case basis by Community Lending Works loan officers. We would like to help as many as we can, but we expect the need to greatly outweigh our resources.
Businesses can apply at noon on Sunday. Officials say approved loan funds will be provided within days of the application. The funds will be managed by Community Lending Works. Officials say they're advocating for more support and funds on the state and federal level. Visit our website at NBC16.com for more information. The number of coronavirus cases in Oregon is now 114, including 3 deaths. To break down the numbers, in Linn County there are 19 cases, in Deschutes 8 cases. There are 2 cases each in Benton and Lane counties, 1 case in Douglas County, and no cases in Coos County so far. Coburg is the latest city to declare a state of emergency. Right now, there is no shelter in place anywhere in Oregon. We do know Governor Kate Brown has created an interagency group to help decide which businesses or individuals would be excluded from a shelter-in-place order just in case. But so far, it has not come to that. Today, though, Governor Brown says where she stands in the process.
For me, the bottom line is if there is evidence Oregonians are not complying with the aggressive social distancing measures I have put in place, I will need to take more restrictive measures.
NBC 16 will continue to monitor the situation, and of course, we'll keep you updated with any breaking news as this story develops. Well, people who call Motel 6 home are being asked to pack up and leave as several chains across Oregon and Washington are shutting down due to the coronavirus. Our Cassandra Gutierrez joins us live in the studio with the details. Cassandra?
Jacqueline, Motel 6 sent out this letter alerting patrons in Oregon and Washington they need to move out due to coronavirus concerns. But the question remains for most families, where are they to go? The new norm is a sad reality, as families are now faced with the uncertainty of staying healthy as they search for a new place to call home. One family we spoke with has 3 days to move out. It's a difficult reality.
There's a lot of conversation right now about evictions for people who, putting a moratorium on evictions for people who are in housing. But I think we're looking at a major gap with folks who use motels as transitional housing, and here they are being evicted to the city and the county to.
We reached out to Motel 6 for comment. They say the decision to shut down several of their locations was difficult but necessary. Coming up on NBC 16 at 5:30, we'll hear from that family who is now forced to leave by Sunday. Their daughter has a health condition that puts her especially at risk. Stay tuned to find out why. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you for that report, Cassandra. An Overflow Hospital designed to free up hospital beds for coronavirus cases could be ready today in Salem. It will also be able to handle at least 250 patients not infected with COVID-19 who need hospital care. A small group of soldiers from the Oregon National Guard set up the Overflow Hospital at the state fairgrounds. The Oregon Health Authority says that while Overflow patients will come from regional hospitals, the agency won't rely on hospitals for supplies to care for those patients. Instead, supplies will come from state and federal emergency stores set aside for situations like this one. As a reminder, Lane County Public Health does have a non-emergency call center available to answer any questions. That number's on your screen, 541-682-1380. You can also send any questions via email to corona-info@lanecountyor.gov. The call center is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Well, there are now more than 14,000 coronavirus cases in the U.S. as the nation prepares to close off the country's border with Mexico, just as it did with Canada. NBC's Sarah Dolph reports.
Tonight, the governor of Illinois issuing a stay-at-home order effective tomorrow, joining California and its 40 million residents sheltering in place.
We need to bend the curve in the state of California.
On the opposite coast, New York stopping just short of a lockdown. The governor ordering all but essential workers to stay home.
This is not life as usual. And accept it and realize it and deal with it.
President Trump under pressure, saying he's beginning to use the Defense Production Act to direct companies to make critical supplies.
We have millions of masks which are coming and which will be distributed to the states. The states are having a hard time getting them, so we're using the act.
The president and the nation's top infectious disease expert offering different levels of confidence in the effectiveness of a malaria drug some believe can treat coronavirus.
I feel good about it. That's all it is, just a feeling.
You're also collecting data that will ultimately show that it is truly effective and safe under the conditions of COVID-19.
Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, leaders of both parties showing signs of cooperating across party lines. Working to buy struggling Americans time, the White House extending tax day to July 15th and sealing off the U.S.-Mexico border to all but essential travel and trade, just like it did with Canada. A roller coaster day on Wall Street, capping off a brutal week with the last day for the foreseeable future of trading on the iconic floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Activity going online beginning Monday. And a first look at unemployment numbers already showing signs of climbing, as millions are ordered not to work but to stay home. A tough, but officials say life-saving pill to swallow. Sarah Dolph, NBC News.
You can stay up to date on the coronavirus pandemic on our website. Again, it's NBC16.com. You can also join our Facebook page at KMTR News and download our app, KMTR News, on your mobile device. All right, moving on to a first look at weather. NBC 16's meteorologist Josh Cozart joins us now with more. Another beautiful day out there, Josh. Thank you.
Yes, we got to talk about the positives, and it always seems that Mother Nature tends to fall right in line when we need it the most. With those nice mild temperatures all across western Oregon today, as we managed to warm up into the 60s yet again through the valleys. Let's just take a moment, take a deep breath, and look at the beautiful view out over Eugene, Springfield area with clear blue skies overhead. Temperatures now sliding back still into the low 60s. And our air quality, despite a little bit of the haze that we saw out there, is on the good, healthy side. We got just a few little isolated rain showers falling over the Cascades at this point in time, but they will remain over the higher elevations. It's still that pollen that's really kind of giving us those itchy eyes and some sneezing conditions as the tree pollen count remains at moderate levels. But I am tracking some rain chances for those of us in the valleys. Those details in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. The coronavirus pandemic has forced many people to close their doors for the time being. Lane County is encouraging the community to help support local businesses during this time of need. If you can, they suggest you buy locally online or order takeout as a couple examples. The idea is to uplift our small businesses, service employees, and more.
Kudos to folks like the Chambers of Commerce for stepping up to help those folks. And also, even the city of Springfield did some great things with eliminating some parking on Main Street so that if, people need to come and pick up their orders, it can be brought to them right curbside. So people are being very creative and trying to weather this storm.
Coming up tonight at 5:30, escaping the cabin fever at home, but also keeping yourself healthy in the process. We'll get more tips from Lane County. Eugene and Springfield will offer reserved parking spaces around restaurants and bars for carry-out and delivery orders in hopes to increase business. In Eugene, businesses can request 1 or 2 spaces in front of their location from the city. Springfield has spaces designated for restaurants already. Noisette Pastry Kitchen in Eugene already has the designated parking spaces open for customers to stop by. They say business has slowed and they hope the ease of parking helps.
We've cut back a lot of staff to minimize our hours, our labor costs, and we're getting enough business that we're still staying open right now, but it's definitely slowed down.
Springfield is closing its downtown parking office, but you can still call and email with questions. For Eugene businesses that are looking to add the designated parking spaces, visit our website, NBC16.com, for more information. Coming up next on NBC 16 at 5, senators sold stocks before the coronavirus crashed the market. Where this ongoing investigation stands tonight.